thank you all for joining us today. I thought about the context that the event we're here to celebrate is happening in, and I think in a broader sense, the university embarked on a program of excellence starting 5 years ago, and I meant it to be throughout the university, in athletics, in academics, in our clinical care, in our public service, in our teaching, in our research, in literally everything we do. And I think we're starting to see signs that things are moving in a very positive direction. What I want to tell the players and what I want them to understand is that what they're doing and what they've achieved, especially by never quitting, by pushing for excellence, is really a perfect example for the rest of the university to look at, to enjoy, and to celebrate. I also know from where I've been the last several days in the community that this is, as it should be, a big deal, not just for the university and our students, our faculty and staff, and of course our athletes, but for the entire Western New York and Buffalo communities. It is a pleasure to have a university that is so successful and has done so in such dramatic fashion. As the coach told me, one of the benefits of doing this is no longer do we need to visit our cardiologists. So, Turner, I'm not quite sure why I have the pleasure of presenting this to you, but I'll certainly take it. And congratulations.
Well, it's kind of congratulations to all of us.
To all of you, to you and to the team. Thank you, Turner.
Yeah, thank you, President. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
That's good.
So at this point, any questions that you might have for President Simpson or Ward Manuel, love to have them at this time before we start with our play.
Tie in the perspective of this being the 50th anniversary of the 58 team and how that might resonate with what's going on today.
You know, I can tie it in really from my own perspective. I think first, since we as humans tend to enjoy things that happen with particular intervals, 50 years, half a century, that's a very nice benchmark. This is something that happened when I was a small kid, long before the coach and the athletic director were even born. And I think what that team did in the context of it being 1958, the attraction of the bowl game and so forth, was to allow their principles and their values to dictate what was the right course of action, even at what I think is fairly described as considerable personal and emotional cost to them. I'm very proud to be associated with a university like that. And now, 50 years later, to have this team come from a recent past that any team has in transitioning into Division I-A, and to come from not being the most competitive team on the field to being the divisional championship in the MAC, that's really something, and it's a fitting tribute to what those players did in 1958, the last time we had a team of the same caliber on the field. This time, I think we will go to a bowl game.
President Simpson?
Well, for me, I think it just solidifies the fact of what I talked about when we came in, and that is we have to work hard. We can't allow other people to determine who we are. We have always been, and what attracted me is that this is a great academic institution in that we can attract athletes and get them to do what these young men have done. And in the case of the other championships that we won last year in rowing and tennis, that we're able to attract great athletes who are also doing great work academically and show that we can be successful. And I didn't believe, nor did Turner when he came here, that we were destined to not win and not win championships. I actually think the opposite. And we have shown that we can do that. I think I reflect back, and probably Turner as well, to people who said, don't take this job, who hadn't seen it. Don't take this job, who hadn't met the people and the student athletes like we did when we first came here, and have a sense of looking in people's eyes and believing that they believe and want and desire to have success, and that they can. And so it's fitting for me that it has come to fruition to a certain degree sooner than I anticipated. But at the same time, now having seen Turner, having seen the student athletes, particularly those seniors that when I came in were freshmen, and to look in their eyes and to see that this is not what they signed up for, what I saw 4 years ago, that they wanted a chance and opportunity to have success and to have believed in Coach Gill, and when we talked, identified him as the person that I wanted, and ultimately the president met him and believed the same thing, that this is the person that we believe that can help these young men in this particular sport win championships. And to see it come to fruition this soon is just a belief in what I saw. And so I don't hold any grudges against those who told us we can't do it or couldn't do it. But what I do say to them is that their hard work, the hard work of the coaches and these kids and my staff and this university has shown what UB can do and what Western New York is all about. And we represent a great city that I tell people all the time.
Turner services will be in greater demand than ever after the season. What kind of efforts might you consider making to keep them here as long as you can?
We're accepting any donations that people have, and I'll give out my address if you'll put it on TV, that people will have. It's a great position to be in, guys. You have problems that are problems, and then you have problems that are great problems, and it's a great problem to have. This is where this conference has been. My coach at Michigan came from this conference. There are many other great coaches that have come from this conference. While I don't want Turner to leave, and he knows that, and I've expressed that to him, I also, coming from where I came from, understand the open market. I understand the nature of college sports. We will do what we can, but we will not obviously be able to, given where we are now, compete with some of the other schools that might come looking after him. But I think he knows we love him sincerely. I think he knows that we don't want him to go, and that we will continue to do everything we can to make sure as best we can that he's comfortable in here. And at the same time, it's one of those things where, given the landscape of college football, that Turner has the utmost potential. And I want him to stay. I want us to be in a position to be a team that can go to a BCS kind of bowl and to do those things. And we'll continue to work the finances as best we can, and to make sure he's comfortable and his family's comfortable. And any flowers that they can send to his wife at this time would be greatly appreciated. But he is loved, and he's loved by me and these players. But I think we understand the nature of the business, and as those issues come forth, we'll discuss them. And I want people to understand we will make our best effort to keep him here.
We've got time for one more for either Ward or the president.
Ward, how does this impact your master plan for athletics, fundraising, field house, alumni contributions, and all? President Simpson talked about the national publicity. How does it affect athletics in particular?
Well, I think it helps tremendously. I mean, we've had a lot of calls, obviously, with the financial picture of the country right now in the state of New York. Everything, has its difficulties. But I will tell you this. Those who have invested in what we have done already, you take somebody like Bob and Carol Morris, Steve Walsh, and many others, and I won't list is too long to name, have all called me and appreciated the way we have invested their resources in the success that this team has shown, that the athletic department has shown, the academic progress that we have made across the board. And I think they appreciate that, and that's something that we will continue to sell. And we will continue to push for the facility to be built. We will continue to fundraise and really look at people to invest in our student athletes in these programs. And I think what it has shown, the success here has shown, is that we will be good stewards of that investment.